not easy to go second, particularly after the first presenters. I've been given 5 minutes and I promise I'll stick to it. Whenever I have a first year class, the first thing I ask them is, why are you studying law? And the answers I think some of you may have given me was, my parents made me do it. I think I'll make a lot of money. And now this recent phenomenon of TV show characters like Suits or like How to Get Away with Murder. But I never get the chance to ask persons after they finish law, the 5 years, what you want to do now. And the reality is that for many of you, the 200 plus attorneys being admitted to the bar every year, you don't have a choice. What you want to do now is get a job. So the whole idea of making a difference, speaking up for the impoverished, giving a voice to those who can't speak, it goes by the wayside and you end up with, I want to pay bills, I would like to buy a car, it would be nice to be able to give my parents some money. So our focus changes. And then we have to ask ourselves as time passes, and it passes for all of us, we become the attorney who just got called and suddenly there's a group behind us. And there's a group behind them. And now we're out 3 years, 5 years, and you wonder, what am I doing with my life? I don't know if this is a phenomenon that is relegated to the legal profession, but I think a lot of young lawyers are lost. And I think it is because we went into profession with certain ideals, and we haven't been able to tie that back up after we got a job. So what do you all see as your journey in the profession? And I have to say, I don't want to piggyback on the agreement you made of not criticizing the profession, but we are in a profession that is very rooted in tradition. And when you begin to break away from that, you find yourself almost questioning if you should be a lawyer. And that is because you are doing things in a way that is different from what your seniors have done. And this is a simple thing. You say, I don't want to work till 11 o'clock every night. And they say, law is not for you. You say, but I would like to have a family. You don't start family until 5 years after you get caught in bar. So you begin to question if you get this enough time. So you begin to say, maybe this really isn't for me. So you start talking to lawyers around that 3 to 5 years. They begin saying things like, I'm looking to start a business. Or I'm doing real estate on the side. And not to gender the discussion, I want to get married rich. And that is not limited to women. Just say. So how do you chart your path in a profession that seems so rigid and we are not all the same? The generation that we see now, who would say, no, I'm not doing that. It's after 4 o'clock, what you calling me for? At first I was saying, what is going on? You don't want to keep your job? But to have a young attorney be so grounded in what they believe that I get to say no. I work hours, this is not slavery. So just because I'm working here does not mean that I'm available to you whenever you have a thought. So I have begun to see, maybe this is me speaking to my younger self. So I've begun to see these footers on email where they say, I'm sending this email at a time that is convenient to me, but if it is not convenient to you, you do not need to reply. I should have to put that. It is on my email, by the way. But the fact that we have to state these obvious things reaffirms in my mind that something has gone wrong, not just with profession, with what we expect from each other in our workplace. So I see, and I know my talk was supposed to be about what happens next. I can't tell you what happens next. Because no two journeys should ever be the same. You can't talk to a colleague and say, so you have done this for the first 3 years, so therefore I should do this for the first 3 years. That's not how it works. If after 3 years you say, I don't like this job, you move on. If after a month you say, this is not for me, you move on. I worked in a job for 2 months. The first month I worked, the second month was my notice period.
That's good.
And I criticize myself for not having the foresight that when I started I should have given notice. But I do want you all to all recognize that comparing yourself to what happens in other people's lives is the biggest setup in your life. It doesn't matter if no one understands your journey. It doesn't matter if they don't understand your decisions. It doesn't matter if they don't follow what you see for yourself. How can they? So stop expecting it. That's my presentation. Thank you very much.